simultaneously admitting people into the meeting and just switching between windows. Wow, okay, suddenly there's like an influx of 5, 6 people. Sorry, hold on. We'll give them a second to settle in. Okay, good. All right, guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the session. Thank you for dialing in. Today, we are speaking with Shwetang from Cooee about using AI for customer engagement. Without much further ado, let's begin. I'm going to share my screen, talk about NSRCEL for a quick few minutes, and we'll get started. Okay, so just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. All right, great. So, hi everyone, I'm Samhita. I lead community and alumni here at NSRCEL. Let me tell you a little bit about what NSRCEL does, right? So, NSRCEL is a startup incubator here at IIM Bangalore. It's a center for entrepreneurial learning and entrepreneurship. It's also an innovation center, like you could see on the slide. The mission of NSRCEL is to be sort of an ecosystem enabler for entrepreneurship, to bring together entrepreneurs like academia and the industry. Here are some of the areas and impact metrics of NSRCEL over the 2020, nearly 22 years now of NSRCEL's establishment. We've engaged over 1 lakh entrepreneurs. Over 1,200 startups have been a part of our 3-month Launchpad program, and over 585 have been incubated here at NSRCEL. And directly and indirectly, we have created over 7,000 jobs in the we've created over 7,000 jobs directly or indirectly through our ecosystem. Hope everyone's admitted. Yeah, okay. Moving on. What sort of entrepreneurship areas does NSRCEL focus on? We largely focus on for-profit ventures, women entrepreneurship, student entrepreneurship. Largely, earlier it was engineering students, now it's all student entrepreneurship. We also focus on social ventures. These are the 4 largest areas that NSRCEL addresses. We have a lot of programs that admit, doing 2 or 3 things at once. Still people are dialing in, so wow. Okay, so these are the 4 main areas that NSRCEL addresses through its existence here at IIM Bangalore. Women entrepreneurship is one of the biggest spokes of the wheel. So we have 2 programs that address women entrepreneurship, that is WSP, which is Women Startup Program, and the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Program. Both of these address women entrepreneurship at different stages. So for early and idea stage ventures, we have the Women Startup Program known as WSP. For larger scaled ventures who are doing over about approximately 30 lakhs per year in revenue, that's what the GS10K program is for. Then we have the IICDC program for engineering students and their entrepreneurial ventures. We also have incubation and launchpad for for-profit ventures, and we also have the social entrepreneurship program for not-for-profit and social ventures. That's about the spokes of the wheel in terms of entrepreneurial areas. Here are a few ventures that you might recognize, hopefully. There's Just Books, there's Go Desi, Mila. Maggie is a recent unicorn of NSRCEL. Then we have Settlers, My Captain. So these are some of our most famous ventures we've had in the past recent few years. A lot of our ventures have actually been acquired by large companies such as Qualcomm, Brilio, Quantum, Freshworks, and so on. And in the first season of Shark Tank India, we had, I think, about 6 ventures of ours. If you all remember Momo Mami, she is one of our ventures. Even the right. So apart from that, we have a lot of entrepreneurs under the Forbes 30 under 30 who are part of the Forbes 30 under 30 list, and also recipients of the ET Entrepreneurship Awards. And hold on, admitting people. Right. Coming to the partners of NSRCEL, these are some of the organizations that we've worked with in the past and are working with currently in the present. Maruti Suzuki we're running our mobility program in partnership with Maruti Suzuki. We are working with the AIM Catalyst. We had a program with AIM Catalyst. We've worked with Niti Aayog previously. We have the 10K program with Goldman Sachs. Yeah, so this is a little bit of context on what NSRCEL is, the areas we focus on, what we do. If you are a founder who is interested in finding out about any more of these, topics really, do drop in a query on the email ID in chat. I will just send it again. My name is Samhita again, and I lead community and alumni here at NSRCEL. That was my introduction. That was NSRCEL's introduction. Thank you guys for listening. I'm handing it over to Shwetank now.
Thank you so much. It was great to connect with you all, and thank you for joining in the session. I can still see people joining in. So, while we admit, let me try and start sharing my screen and let me know if you guys can see it. All right. Perfect. So I'm sure you all attend a lot of webinars nowadays. It's an excellent way to understand what's going on in different industry, different fields. Everybody kind of says this, oh yeah, interactive, and I'm not going to make it boring, etc. But like I just mentioned in the chat, I have my cup of coffee. I'd suggest you get to as well. And feel free to stop me at any point of time, because I think the best learning is when we can all do it together, learn from each other. So while we do have some time at the end, when I'm happy to take any questions, but stop me at any point of time. And also, the way I've tried to prepare this session is to keep it very, very grassroots, normal day-to-day operational lingo, not trying to use something very complex. So if anyone is more advanced than me, please, pardon me, and happy to also discuss the more technical aspects of things as and when you guys want. But what we like to cover today is demystify how augmented reality and artificial intelligence and deep tech and AI, machine learning, those kind of technologies, which can be daunting, can be kind of scary, but we'll try to break them down to see how they have penetrated in our day-to-day lives and how are they impacting e-commerce, and especially the customer engagement aspect of it. So let's kickstart. And perfect. So not every one of you would have seen this before, but some of you have, and I definitely have when I was young. But this is how commerce was earlier. Let me take you through a peek.
ओहो दीपिका जी, आइए आइए, लीजिए आपका सब सामान तैयार।
ये नहीं, वो निर्मा सुपर नीली डिटर्जेंट टिकिया।
लेकिन आप तो वो हमेशा महंगी वाली टिकिया
लेती थी। जब वही महंगे दामों वाली क्वालिटी, वही सफेदी, वही झाग कम दामों में मिले, तो कोई ये क्यों ले? वो न ले।
मान गए?
किसे?
आपकी पार की नजर और निर्मा सुपर दोनों को।
अब निर्मा सुपर, धुलाई का सुपर दाम फिर भी कम।
All right, I'm sure at least I triggered some nostalgic nerves of at least a few people on the call. Anyone who enjoyed watching this, please give us a thumbs up on the chat. But I would like to summarize this in this way, that the way commerce was a few years back, maybe 15 years, 20 years back, all of us used to walk into a store, and there used to be an owner who used to give us a bright, big smile and call us by our names. And he used to know us. He understood what we wanted. He understood what we have bought. He understood what is the way we go and consume and buy things from his store. Then he would come up and tell us that, you know what, last time you got this, and this is the recommendation. This is a new product, or this is more durable, or this is cheaper, etc. In a nutshell, he knew our persona and he understood what we really wanted. And if you fast forward this to about 20 years and look at an e-commerce store now, a nice mobile app that you shop from every day today, or make your orders through various channels, we are all trying to find ourselves to replace a physical store inside the small window of our mobile or our desktop today. So the way the new e-commerce should be, ideally, is whenever you walk into a store through a digital channel, they should know who you are. They should understand what you've done. They should also be able to find out what the market trends of the goods that you have bought. to make sure are they relevant to you or not. They should understand your pricing propensity and how much you should be willing to spend. That's how the discounting and offer management should work. They should offer you fast checkout. If you are here just to buy one thing, you shouldn't have to go around and spend those 5 minutes in the store just adding to the bounce rate, because that's not something useful for you. And more important, feedback to really understand, did you really like it, or do you have a feedback of something what you want last time? There are some big companies who are able to achieve this, and that they become like an example for us when we look at every service we use around us. But most of the small and medium scale companies struggle with these kind of things because of customer data, the kind of technology, which is deep tech that goes inside is, and everything is so fast moving. Do I focus on my product? Do I really focus on my technology, resources, data science, analytics, etc.? There's just so many things to do in a day-to-day business, which you know better than me. So the problem with that happens is because we are small and medium kind of thing, we are unable to offer personalization. Then is the reality that hits us every day is e-commerce becomes something like this. This is me getting 2 emails back to back with 1 minute difference, where one time I was promoted men's backpack, second minute I was promoted women's backpack. I have never even gone to this brand's website, and it's a very popular UK brand. I'm the wrong target, I'm the wrong segment, being sent the wrong product, definitely the wrong time. It's all going to go downhill. And I'm sure this happens to you in some shape and form every single day. Because only big companies are able to delight. When you look at personalization maturity and how the whole digital channel started, there was the whole concept of mass marketing, segmentation, personalization, and then the new term hyper personalization. 90% of the companies are still in mass market and segmentation. And segmentation used to work very nicely a few years back. But now, in the past 2 years, with everybody using more of data, mobiles, and all that stuff, every single consumer's consumption pattern, habits, the way they like to buy things, the way they look at things is different. But technology that allows you to talk to a customer one-on-one exists with only a few. Let me put this in another way. Everybody here on the call has a smartphone they're talking to me on. On an average, you would have about 80 apps. And out of that, you use only 5. Because not necessarily those 5 apps are the best product or solving all your needs. But they are there because they use deep tech for customer engagement. Netflix shows you different images for the same show for every single user. Spotify, the way it creates those playlists and gives you the recommendation of the song, it's just mind-blowing. Amazon gives me those push notifications before even I know that I really need that thing at my house. And as a consumer, this is the same behavior I kind of expect from all the other apps that I have, but I don't get it. That's why 99% of mobile apps become financially unviable within 3 years, because you spend so much money on customer acquisition and you are unable to generate revenue, no user engagement. Why is customer engagement so important, and how does it kind of bring in the whole essence of your product together? So these are 6 different images that you can see on the slide, and every image, the purpose of all of them is exactly the same. You are in a supermarket till, you're on Google search, you're on maps, you're on a website, or you're on a signboard, or you are talking about a push notification. All of them are actually meant to show you a product which you will like and check out faster. It's actually making your customer journey smaller with less number of clicks so that you can just consume, buy, and get out of that thing as soon as possible, reducing the time. But what has happened over time is notifications were really powerful when they started. 80% delivery rate compared to email, they were far more, open. People were actually looking at it. And the retention rate of that was really, really good. So notifications became a very important aspect of how you communicate to your digital audience, and then try to sell them something, try to upsell, try to get feedback, or actually customer engagement and communication. And the stats that you see here, the problem is these stats were of 2018. Because after that, what happened is we started abusing the system. Something went wrong, and that something is we treated every customer alike. We started segmenting. Two people who like a shoe, segment them together, send them and bombard them with a message. It doesn't work anymore. Because those two people would like different shoe, different time, different style, different price. And even if you're a small, medium customer, or you're a big guy, you need to understand your customer more and more, because customers today are spoiled by choices. They very rarely come and give you a second chance if you don't, take care of them rightly. And why is the whole approach broken? And where does artificial intelligence fits into this whole scheme of customer engagement is this: because of the traditional approach. So traditionally, most of the platforms that you guys might be using or you would have seen is all kind of transformed in the way internet works. Internet is very advertising driven, right? All the big companies today that run the internet, they have 90 to 95% of the revenues coming from ads. And if you go and see how an ad is placed on the internet, you go and define an objective, create an image, do a segmentation, launch a campaign, and then where the effectiveness to see what the campaign actually saw. The way you combine a campaign is the design. The design is static. There are a few elements of design, and then there is data, which is standalone because every customer behaves in a separate way. Those two things are completely run in silos. In fact, most of the organization, the design and data team is also very separate. So they don't talk to each other. They only talk once when the campaign has to go live. The problems with design, again, keeping small and medium scale industries in focus, right? Because you're strapped on time, strapped on resources, etc. So design traditionally is always done on a Photoshop, and then Canva came and changed everybody's world, right? But whatever you create on Photoshop cannot be directly integrated. So this is where, again, lack of AI. What can AI do here? We will talk about it. Then you create, even in Canva, you create an image, but there's one single image. And on average, it takes about 20 minutes to create a single image. So if you want to run a segment to say 100,000 people and bucket them in 5 segments, then again, you need to create those 5 images and send them to 20,000 people. Going to segmentation, again, customer persona and all the data that you've created goes for a toss. There are no image and design KPIs that you can kind of track and understand what really worked, what didn't work. So there has to be something changed in design drastically. There has to be an element of AI. There has to be an element of continuous learning, something which understands the customer inbuilt. And then comes data. Data is the new oil, and all those jargons which are so very true. But how many of us actually really understand customer data? Most of the customers that even we work with today, they don't even know what kind of events can one track, or what does that event really mean if you're looking at a customer on a website or a mobile app. People go and integrate their products on Google Analytics. but you need that skills to even understand what Google Analytics is actually saying. And it's a very tedious manual process where you can just go lost yourself in Excel sheets, not drawing any insights. And those valuable insights incorporated in your engagement campaign becomes extremely hard. And this is where the data and design silos always sticks. Then the problem from a customer point of view, there are multiple solutions available in the market. So if you have your e-commerce business on Shopify, Dukan, Wix, WooCommerce, or you have a mobile app or a website, right? There is a product for abandoned cart, there's one for upsell, there's for loyalty, there's discounting, gamification, survey. And what we all need to understand is these are all different products. And as soon as data moves from one place to the other, it loses value. Because the same data is looked at between two different platforms in very different way. So, remember the number of hops a customer can go through. And then you have to pay for those X number of products. And this is all part of one customer journey. At the end, the customer doesn't get what we want to show him what they actually want to buy, because that is the idea. The whole purpose of a notification should be very different than what it is. That's why we need to kind of reinvent the whole approach of notifications. So in the US, average, we send 46 notifications to consumers daily. Imagine the kind of spamming everybody's doing. So we've abused this channel right, left, and center because, again, talk it technology, talk it solutions not available or whatever. And today the click rate of notifications has dropped to just 2.6%, which is pathetic. And it is such a powerful tool. This is one of the only push-based tools that can really show the customer what you want to communicate to them and bring them on board. But results have shown that if you boost your push notifications or notifications with personalization, they can, boost the click rate by 400%. In a sense, we need to look at notifications should be the fastest way to find what a customer is looking for. And at the end, we use AI to understand each customer, to really understand what each of them is looking for, rather than just bucketing them in segments and then saying, hey, because the 5 of you actually clicked on a bag last time, I'm sure all of you guys want a bag. There you go. It doesn't work anymore. That's where AI-powered customer engagement is very important. And the way we foresee this market is, this is an image. So again, you can work on an image via Photoshop or over Canva. But let's break this down, this image. So it has a product, which is the shoe, which is a product recommendation. Then it has personalization, some text, salutation, the name. Then it has price, which is 25%, which is price optimization or discounting. And then it has the CTA. What if this image can be generated at scale for every single user based on their previous data? And that is exactly how AI can come and change this entire game. So these are examples of 8 images which are generated for every single user. I'll just go a little bit more in technology at this. So what's happening here is there is a product recommendation algorithm which is running for the user to understand what they like, what they bought, what they were checking out but did not end up buying, etc. So then we come up with, say, hey, let's go and present this guy with a jacket. And then jacket becomes the base of my image. And then I'm using, computer vision to go and put all the other elements on top. So jacket becomes the base. Then we say that, okay, we should go and give him maybe 50% discount because the price of this jacket is higher than the last item they had bought. So if we discount this higher, then the probability of this customer buying the jacket is higher, kind of a thing. So 50% discount, again, coming from machine learning algorithm, that gets part of the image. Then we run another iteration, add the name, add the text personalization, another iteration to place the CTA button. Every image is created here after about 5 to 6 iterations, but it is uniquely generated for every single user. And of course, as this is an image, you can send it via notifications, but this can always be sent over SMS or email or WhatsApp or other channels that, again, which are possible with all the API integrations that are available today. So in essence, the way we believe AI is going to completely change this game of customer engagement is actually delivering engagement which is one-to-one. So there is a design element where you can go and create your own so-called template, what you saw in the last slide. Like I would want product recommendation, or I would want the CTA to look like this, and I would want some graphic elements, etc. But then you add the data element to design so that when you actually generate an output, it generates unique output for every single user at real time and at scale. And then what happens is, because you deliver this engagement notifications, you can also understand which customer actually liked it, clicked on it, didn't click on it, and take this back information to the machine learning data stack. So that next time when you generate a notification, it is better. It's learned, it's improved, and this continual learning process goes on with it. And that is what we are trying to do at Cooee, is we have a small integration available, which integrates in minutes. It's a low-code platform. We gather the same customer data, put everything into the AI pipeline, different pipelines that we bring in there. Then we engage user with an image, like the use cases I've showed you. We also work in augmented reality and some video parts of it. So eventually, the way we see this whole customer engagement space growing is, if you are looking at sunglasses, for example, the same push notification will go and say, try on, and you'll get a notification on your mobile, and the click of a button right then inside your mobile or your desktop, you will be able to see multiple sunglasses, and you try them on and then just click buy. And the kind of potential augmented reality try-ons are showing is of conversion rates up to 70%. So that's going to drastically change the market in the coming years. And then the whole approach of continuous learning. I'd just like to focus on this one part, is it is 5 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than to retain a customer that you already have. And it's 3 times more probable and more possible to sell to a customer that you've already sold to. Just a 5% increase in retention can add up to 80% increase in revenue. That's why customer engagement is pivotal. When you launch a product, you go to any digital marketing agency, right? You go to someone, say, hey, can you do acquisition for me, run 1,000 rupees ad for me every day, which is very good. You need to acquire your customers. However, you also need to have a platform who gathers and understands your customer who's coming to your platform right from day one, because you need to have an engagement strategy. What we're going to do now is, we have somebody on the call with us, the founder of Goodium, and they have their store on Shopify. So I request Meenu to say hi to everybody, and she's been working on this excellent product for the past few years, and I'd like her to introduce herself and tell you about the good things she's doing. She's on Shopify. She's not integrated with Cooee at the moment, but we just want to go and show you that the way AI-based solution, low code, doesn't require a lot of integration efforts and can be integrated by non-technical people like Meenu and me within minutes to run engagements which are one-to-one personalized. So welcome, Meenu. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, you're mute. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I was somehow not able to unmute it. Am I audible? Awesome. Great. Thanks, Shweta. Thanks for actually having me here. Just to give a very quick introduction about myself and my brand that I've been, working on for last little more than 1.5 years. So, guys, I'm the founder of Good Yum. We offer packaged food that is not processed. That sounds a bit of a, I would say an oxymoron, but let me just explain a little more in detail as to what that means. Today, people actually, struggle a lot to find ready to cook food options that do not taste artificial or that don't have any kind of aftertaste, right? Because they are always laden with preservatives. With most of the brands that that are there on the shelves today, that's what they offer, and for right reasons, because they have to give it for a very, very long shelf life. I'm talking about 150 million odd health conscious Indians who are just living in top 6 cities of India, and they actually struggle to get such simple things. Now, that being the problem, what are we doing at Good Yum? So at Good Yum, we actually offer people pure like home, ready to cook frozen snacks that are actually tasty and wholesome. But how do we do that is by actually adding no chemicals, preservatives, any kind of MSG or palm oil or additives or anything of that nature. What we actually simply use is flash freeze technology. Thankfully, so far we've gotten a lot of customer love in form of, obviously, I would say 7,000 plus odd happy customers just across NCR who have tried us, who love us, with 50% of those customers actually coming back and trying us out again and again. Where can one find us? We are available, of course, on our website, goodyum.in. And apart from that, we are available on a lot of marketplaces like, Big Basket and Amazon and a couple of other local players who offer frozen products with the cold chain logistics technology. So while, of course, marketplaces do help me, sort of get to the masses, reach out to them. I think the beauty is also in trying to get your own consumers on your own website, right? And that's been clearly a huge challenge for me, honestly speaking. Last 1.5 years has been a journey where, on our website, when we get people, and of course, we do get a lot of people who come back to us. How do we ensure that every time that they are probably, they are coming on our website, or when I am reaching out to them, as a brand, Good Yum, when they reach out to them, we don't want them to get bored, right? It's like those forwarded good morning messages which come every morning and don't have any relevance. We don't want to be that. Now, of course, Shwetank mentioned to me that, how Cooee is actually driving that change whereby we are able to actually ping our consumers in a manner where they don't get bored and they find it relevant to actually open up those notifications. So I think I'm going to stop it here and probably, have a quick, I guess, walkthrough along with Shwetank as to, how can we integrate Cooee on the Good Yum website. Shwetank, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Meenu. So guys, please, allow us the margin of error, because 18 years of trying to sell live demos don't go as planned like always, but I'm sure you'll pardon us with that. So thank you. So Meenu, you can try sharing your screen, please, and open up the Shopify store that you guys have.
So I think the host needs to enable the participant screen sharing for me.
Samita, we'll need your help here, please. Or maybe let's see if I can do something. Samita.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can you please also give Meenu, who's actually signed in from, is appearing my name, also the admin rights. Is that possible?
Sure. Just a second.
Thank you. So guys, just to put some context,
Right? Yeah, sure.
yeah. So Meenu's store is on Shopify. And what we are aiming to demonstrate to you now that you can integrate a solution like Cooee in Shopify within minutes. You can start putting a layer where you can put that infrastructure for one-to-one user engagement, and start building the customer data, and then eventually one-to-one personalized notifications can be automated. So Meenu, if you can search for us on the App Store, please.
Right.
I think you can go to the main tab and search us there.
Just 1 second. Actually, I'm trying to also get the screen for myself.
Okay, perfect. And we'll also see some yummy pictures of the food, so which is good.
One second.
So, it's funny, but you also have to start thinking that way, that building a website has become far more easier now. Building an app has become far more easier. There is Wix, there's WooCommerce, there's Shopify, there's Dukaan, there's Bikai, there's Bubble, etc. But just go hit enter, it'll show. But what we need to do is need to make sure that, just go ahead and add app, please. But bringing traffic to your site is also possible, running all the digital marketing. But now engaging them is something, we aim to democratize. All small and medium guys can go ahead and do it. So what just happened is, as soon as you go there, it took you to the Cooee interface. With this one click, you can go and say connect now. So it will go ahead and, it's connected to the store. Okay, great. Now you can just enable this in the theme editor. So you'll have to do that on your Shopify, because Shopify lets do things like that. And then you can just do, check again, and it's done.
Yeah.
And that's the integration.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so I should have started my stopwatch, but it is about a minute or so.
looks like. Should I click on check again now?
Yes, please. That's it. And now you go to let's engage page, please. So guys, this is what we build, the low code Canva-like notification builder. You look at every single tool today available in the market, they are all template based. The text will only go here, image will only go here, and limited things. For us, you can go and do what you want here. And what this will also do is eventually export all the CMS images of Meenu stores. So tomorrow, the Momo that you can see on the store automatically will start reflecting on this. So pick a Momo, chicken Momo, which I really like the image of Meenu. Go and create this kind of engagement. You can customize text, image, banner, all the so-called Canva features that I'm not going to go into. But for example, you created this notification, and this is how it will look on your mobile. And if you can just pop up to the desktop view, Meenu, just to show the others towards the left.
This is also, I should just keep it here and that's about it, right?
I think, yeah, if you want some changes, go ahead and feel free to do it. But the idea here is, if you go and just make a change to the text if you want to.
No, I think this is good. Sounds
This is good. Okay. And then you can replace this by customer name. You can replace this by product recommendation, price optimization, that all builds over time for every customer. And just go continue, just press continue for it.
1 second.
Yeah. And you will have to, so as soon as you can, just go down, please. App launched. Okay, publish. Perfect. So this is engagement which is published. Just can you go to your store now on a incognito mode? just to make sure it takes the doesn't take the cookie or anything there.
Sure.
And just try. So I think you'll need to share that screen. Maybe it's not appearing there, but
Okay.
you created that engagement, published it right then and there. You can decide events, you can customize the way you like, when to be shown on a specific page or a specific button click, etc. Everything can be done. And
Mhm.
all of this is done behind by AI that actually works with every single customer. So we don't believe in segmentation. We believe every customer is unique, and then eventually build that part.